Yo, how we doing, guys? How we doing? Just seeing if the mic works. When was the last time I streamed? I genuinely cannot remember. It's not like it's been like super long or anything. I just have terrible memory. So what are we doing today? We're back on the rat project. If you guys are not up to speed, we are building a rat. A rat is a remote access tool. So we can remotely access computers that we have complete in legal permission to do, of course. And let me actually just check on some of these stats here. But yeah, how we doing, guys? How we doing? I barely ate today. And like one of the few things I am eating is just like candy. So we staying healthy. Let me make sure. All right, cool. But yeah, that's what we're working on. I probably should have started my virtual machine before I started streaming. I know you guys can't see my screen. But you know, we're here now. So let's start the VM. Hopefully the stream stays stable. Alright, let me see this. So while my VMs are VMs, just my single VM is booting up. Yeah, so where do you live in America? Let me here it's 9:30 p.m. I live on the East Coast, so I have standard Eastern time. So right now it is 3:30 p.m. That's what time it is over here. Yeah, I guess we actually should, get started. I'm on my Linux machine today, as pretty much always. Let me go ahead and show part of my screen. Yeah, so I have a Windows virtual machine here that we have been testing this rat on. Should I go full screen? Today's kind of a chill day, y'all. We have a lot of stuff we need to finish. Within the rat. So let's go ahead, open up our file explorer, and in our downloads, our only rat is here. Yeah. So, my gosh, almost died on stream, choking on a gummy worm. You imagine that's how I go out on stream? That'd be funny. I don't know why this stream got so dark so quickly, but let me check to see if the version of OnlyRat on my computer is, or on my next computer is up to date. So let's cd into projects. There you go, OnlyRat. And if we list, we can see we have some stuff there. So let's cd out here. Let's look at the stuff that's grabbable. Cool. So we'll update the OnlyRat that's in our virtual machine. So let's go to our downloads. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So I'm going to take this OnlyRat, put it in my shared folder. All right, let's see. Let it copy off that. Replace all the files. 60 files? There's 60 files in our OnlyRat thing? Oh, the get. Oh. How long is it till we finish it? Not long. Because as soon as we have, like, how do I explain this? So we finished a lot of the staging stuff done. All we need to do is create the directories and then create like the quote unquote backdoor. So that way we can have remote access to whatever computer. And then from there, we're just building all of the tools. So if we want to like take screenshots, and then if we want to log keystrokes or whatever. So I'd say like I'd like to say, realistically speaking, like 2 weeks maybe. So like 2 weeks probably. But I don't like saying the deadline because if I don't live up to it, don't we all? I don't want to make false promises. So, but if I work on this every day for 2 weeks, I'll finish it. Cool. So let's go ahead and grab our only rat. So now we have the most updated version of only rat on our computer. So if we go onto our downloads, we'll open this whole thing with Visual Studio Code. There you go. Cool. So where did we leave off? I always forget every time where I left off. Sorry for the questions. Oh, you're fine, dude. You're fine. Keep asking. But I'm curious, why didn't you install Windows 11? So Windows 11, I don't know. I just don't trust it. I don't even trust Windows 10. But I guess I'm more familiar with Windows 10. I haven't really tried Windows 11. I saw one of my friends had it, and the UI is like slightly prettier. But there's no main reason, I guess. I guess I already had this virtual machine. But anything we do on this will work on Windows 11. And if not, I'll do testing to make sure it works on Windows 11 too. What were we doing? Where's the roadmap? Roadmap. Initial staging. Oh, that's what we were doing. I feel like I updated something directly on the GitHub. I feel like that's something I would do, even though it's like bad practice. Not bad practice, but if I go on the GitHub, I feel like there's an update there. Shift D. Let's get that dark mode. Thank you. So if we go on only rat, let me look straight at the README, because I may have done like an update directly on this, because that's something I would do. Run installer with admin privs, wget PowerShell to disable UAC. Yeah, so cool. That's what we're doing right now, the wget file. Oh, got you. So where is... where is that wget.cmd? So what is this doing? I forgot the... Oh, it's initial wget and then the admin and then the installer. Is that how it works? Alright, we need to close that. Oh, is this the thing? Yeah, this is... Oh, yes, we need to test this out. The installer, to see if we can successfully disable Defender. The initial cannot be found. Oh, oh, wait a second. I may have messed this up. I may have just messed up, yo. I forgot the installer deletes itself. Do I have that saved before I just like overwrote my old one? Hopefully I push that to GitHub. Initial.cmd. Is that what I'm looking for? The initial.cmd? Yeah. Oh, it's on GitHub though, so we're fine. Did I update that last time I was on here? See, this is basic computer programming mistakes right here. 7 days ago. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's see if we can ratatata. Let's see if we can clone this one, because I guess this is the most updated, right? And if I look at this one, the initial.cmd is there. Okay, so all I guess I have to do is cd. Well, let's actually cat the readme and look at the roadmap and see if that's up to date too. Roadmap initial state. Oh yeah, so this is out of date. I might be able to get pull and just see if that works. Commit the following changes before you merge. Nah, I'm good. Hold up. See, this is basic programming mistakes right here. CD out of here. Make directory test. CD into test. Get, yeah, so I think I like overwrit my original version with like a not working version, but it's cool. Great way to start the stream. So let's CD into only rat and get update. Hope I didn't mess up. All right. So now if I get pull, all right, I'm just hoping that works. And if I, what's up, Mati? So if I just like, fuck, freaking Pluma or readme just to see if this is working. Whoops. Did that work? Roadmap. Yeah, look at this, bro. It's initial staging. All right, so get rid of this, I think, and then get rid of this. All right. That should be good. Hopefully that's not like in my code somewhere and just like, I see you are having fun. Oh, I'm not having fun. I almost like overwrote an old version of the only rat in the first like 10 minutes of the stream. So we're doing great. We're doing great. Cool. So, what's next? The stream is really off to a slow start, and I'm so sorry, guys. Let's bring this up to speed. Cool. So, all we need to do is update our... Why is caps lock on? Update our virtual machine with our current version, so only rat. Awesome. So, if we go to my virtual machine, close that. Delete only rat, go to our shared folder, grab this only rat, throw it in our downloads. Updated, perfect. And then open this with code. In theory, where is open with code? There you go. Jordan stole your streaming skill. I don't remember the last time I streamed. Was it a week ago? Okay. So, let's go, boys. We're back. We have the code again. Have the code again, on the road again. Cool. So this thing works. What I'm going to do is comment this out so we don't have to worry about it freaking deleting itself. Something like that, yeah. That's what I figured. So, what's the next step right here, right? We have our, wget, we have our installer, and then our initial. We also need our readme so we can keep track of progress in here. So let's scroll down. Why is this terminal? Oh my gosh, bro, what? Accept both changes. I don't understand Git enough. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. What we do need to focus on is our roadmap. Run installer with admin privileges, wget PowerShell disable UAC. PowerShell ... Do I have code somewhere for disabling UAC? Oh, that's what this is. Oh, got you. Disable UAC. Alright, yeah, so can we just like delete this line? Just delete that whole line. Delete this whole line. And then delete this whole line. Yeah, perfect. PowerShell. Cool. So why is all this? Oh, this is not closed off, is it? There you go. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. This stream landed in the chat. Welcome to the chat. Right now, I'm trying to catch myself up to speed and make sure I don't overwrite my old code or overwrite my new code with my old code like I just did earlier. But we fixed it. Thank God for GitHub. So what we're trying to do is disable UAC. Interesting. Is that going to go in our wget file? Got you. So let's try this. Let's just copy and paste this. All right. Wget. And the first thing we're going to do before we even try to get admin permissions is just run the little PowerShell this thing, and hopefully that's going to disable UAC. So in theory, oh yeah, it's going to run a whole PowerShell thing. So let's make sure it doesn't run this, and instead, let's make sure it just opens like a PowerShell up, just so that way we don't, run the rat on our computer. Cool. So wget is good. This is good. This is good. DOS is good. All right. So if we go to files, and then just let me open up like a PowerShell here. PowerShell. PowerShell. There you go. No. We are hackers. We need to have that black and green elite speak god looking background. Otherwise, we're not doing it right. Wget cmd. Okay, so that didn't work. Access is not allowed because we need admin, but we can get admin with the UAC, so we can't bypass UAC. That's the moral of the story. Moral of the story is Windows is trying, okay, and it doesn't. It wants to, bypass UAC. Who is Red Row? Your PSU. Yeah. So Red Row is short for Red Robot. It's just like this weird random pseudo name I use for random stuff I don't want my actual name attached to. So how does this work again? Okay, so it downloads. Does this actually work? Like when I run, yes, it installs the cool. We're gonna need 2 different file explorers, and then we need one in this top left corner. Perfect. So this one, I forgot where this one goes, but this one needs to go to startup. So let's go to our startup. How do we go to our startup again? Users. Username. App data. Roaming. Microsoft. Windows. Start menu. Programs. Startup. The fact that I have that memorized is just, I feel really accomplished right now. This can stay in only run. And I know I have this here for a reason. I just can't specifically remember why I had this here. Actually, we'll just use it for the temp directory because that's what we're doing in today's video. I didn't even tell you guys what we're doing in this stream. So what are we doing, right? What's the plan? What's the game plan? First of all, we need to fix the code. Make sure that the staging process works and stuff. Hopefully that's super specific. But once we get that done, what we're going to do is start building out the like working area of the rat. So it's probably going to be in the temp directory because it's just easy. It's going to obviously be a hidden directory, and that's kind of where we'll just store any information that we need to receive or send back to our host computer, or where we'll download things onto their computer, and stuff like that. So that's the plan. That's what we're building out. And then I think after that, we can build the backdoor. And then after that, we can build the client side. And then after that, we're done. But we just need to build the modules and stuff. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Cool. So, what was I doing? Going to, you need to provide, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. I wonder how many programs would break if you like renamed the user's file. App data. No, it's local. And then it's temp. Yeah, here you go. So, well, are you guys a riddle? When does a joke become a dad joke? When does a joke become a dad joke? Cool. So we can delete this. So I know this part works. Can we get the other part of this to work? Does that even work? So without doing Windows style hidden, right? I want to see if this is actually working first before I hide it. When it leaves and never comes back. Hit a little close to home, man. No, I'm playing. That's good. That's solid. So, are we in the startup directory with this? Oh, I guess we are. So, we can just do a installer.ps1. Can we just do a /? Do we need like a tag C? So tag C /installer.ps1. When it becomes apparent. Wow. That was a dad joke right there. Dad jokes on stream. So if we run, what file is this? Our wget file? Okay, so hypothetically speaking, if we run this wget file, let's make it a little shorter, clear it a little bit, and I'm just gonna like, that's such a weirdly shaped PowerShell window. There you go. There you go. So if we run this, hit yes. All right. PowerShell credential request. What? What? All right, so let's see if this worked. What on earth is going on? We have like a therapy session going on in chat. What does this mean? Enter your credentials? No, I'm not entering my credentials. Did I do something? What did I do? Execution bypass. Oh, that's probably what I did. Let's just run the installer. That's the, oh, so the installer at PS1. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. I don't know if I exactly want to run this immediately. So what we will do is, how do I want to do this? Okay, so let's just make sure it gets that working. Let's say, run it again, maybe. Request admin privileges. So it is again Enter your credentials. Windows PowerShell request. I used the wrong syntax. They both do not make very good drivers. Well, there goes my NVIDIA sponsorship. No, I'm fine. Why is it asking for my username and password? You said wrong syntax. Is that in the wget wrong syntax? Oh, the start process. I probably had that in there for no reason. PowerShell text installer to PS1. Let's try this. Yes. Let's see if this works. Please. Work. Come on. Come on. This isn't some sort of, Oh, wait, is it downloading it to the OnlyRat thing? Because there's, oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's copy. Oh, no, not move. Let's just copy. I need to send this email. I forgot about. If we do it here and run it, it'll probably work. Guys, I hate development. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Did it even run the file? I hope it didn't. All right, so now we have the installer.ps1. That works. So when it installs the installer.ps1, let's edit this in Notepad or PowerShell ISE. What does ISE stand for? Something editor. So don't worry about this. This is not sketchy at all. Random string for directories. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a massive attempt. Microsoft Defender did not find any threats since your last summary. That's surprising because I have this giant, like 20, 30 line piece of syntax to disable Windows Defender. Then you guys have been going off in chat. I'm losing track. He said, holy man. As long as you know my job is done. I hate you. Cosmo, I need the payload for the ducky. What payload for the ducky? And what's up? Cool. So what we need to do is start building out the installer. First of all, we need to make sure this piece of code is actually running the installer file, because, you know, it needs to run. So PowerShell, tech C, and then installer.ps1. Yeah. In a hypothetical world, that's going to work. We actually don't know if it's going to work or not. So until then, it's time to move on to bigger and better things. So we basically did nothing for the past, 30 minutes. Good job, guys. Good job. We're making progress. So we have this function random, and it will return a random set of text. Perfect. So let's go ahead and start. All right. So this is the part that disables Defender, right? We're going to cut this out for now. Definitely going to need it. I promise you we're going to need this. But for right now, we just need to cut it out. And I'll make a new file. And I'll literally call this wdef.ps1. All right. And then I'm going to just slap that in there. We will disable Defender when we get to it. But until then, we'll just let it sit in this little file in our resources and not touch it for a long time. payload with the email. Payload with the email. With respect, like a solid 2 or 3 of my payloads use SMTP. I care when I lose my $50, man. Kiara, what's up? What's up? What's up? Life of the party. So let's make directories. So can we cd into? Ooh, I forgot how to do this. $ environment temp. I think that's right. Or is it like? Does it matter how you spell temp? I think it does matter. I think it does. Or it might not. I could just be trifling. Either way, we do have the interweb. So interweb. Ooh. Let's go into and Dejo Kun. I hope I'm saying your name correct. If you're talking about the keylogger, that's been done, so you can check it out. It's on the GitHub. And if you're talking about the SMTP payload, that steals Wi-Fi passwords, that's also done. So just check out my GitHub. Here, actually, I'll just. There you go. What was I? Had the Kiara, all chilling. Cool, cool. Oh, you're building a website. Ooh, nice. I was live streaming some web dev not too long ago. I hated it. That was atrocious. Yeah, I did put the code on GitHub, but yeah, I did not enjoy web development at all. Why did I come on here? There was a reason I came. That sounded weird, but there's an actual reason I went on my GitHub. Oh, I need to look at my old code. So when we have our code that makes, let's look at the payload.txt. Yeah, environment temp. Yeah, that's what. See, is that not what I said, guys? That's exactly what I didn't say. I promise you. All right, so environment temp, right? So this will change directories into our temp directory. Eventually, I want to use the Visual Basic Script special directories to change into directories, because then we can get the startup directory for all users and stuff, and it would be really cool. So that way we can get like all the users of the computer. But for right now, we're just going to get a working version before we move on to that. But I'm going to forget about that. So before I forget about that, what's it called? Special directories or something. Roadmap. All right, so I'll probably put that in like, I'll just put it right here. When we remember, we will remember. Visual Basic Script, special. Oh, special folders. That's what it's called. Special folders. Yeah. That's what we're going to need to use. Machine Man, what's up? What's up? Cool. So now that we're finally back on track, it took me 30 minutes. At the beginning of the stream, I literally overwrote my code, or at least my new code with the old code. Yeah, I'm lacking, guys. I am not, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So let's cd into our environment temp directory. I actually don't think I need to put this in quotes, unless if we're doing anything crazy. And then, Euclid, let's go. Let's go part 3. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna see if we can do this in like no more than 8 parts. That's my goal. That's my main goal. My main go. So this is the installer.ps1. So obviously it would attempt to disable Windows Defender. It would do all that fun stuff. And then we're going to change directories into our environment temp, and in there what we're going to do is make a directory. So we'll call this all right, so here I guess technically all of our functions go in here. If I look at I still want clean code, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just build this whole thing and I can't even read it. So are these functions or are these caches? Oh, so they're all caches. Okay. So what we can do is we'll just build it right here. Variables. That's right. Clean malware with the clean code. All right. We'll make it easy for the analysts to understand what we're doing. So I'm obviously going to obfuscate this eventually. I'm just trying to, you know, we're taking it slow, y'all. We're taking it slow. Yeah, so we'll call this, what should we call the main directory for the only rat? Well, technically the main directory is going to be randomly generated. That's why we have this, right? So I'll just call this like WD working directory. Is equal to, how do you make variables? Isn't it like $sign working directory is equal to random, that's not what I meant to type, random text. So if I were to echo $, what just happened? What? I have no idea what happened. I'm so sorry, guys. Echo WD. And we can just comment this out for now. Let's go into our, did I close my PowerShell? What? Bro, I do that all the time and it like royally pisses me off. So that's CD into our downloads, only rat, and then files. Cool. And what file are we running? The installer. So let's do our /installer.ps1. Interesting. Security error. Unauthorized access. What? Unauthorized access to create a random name. What is it talking about? What do you mean unauthorized access? Fuse one cannot be loaded for running scripts is disabled on the system. Security. Oh, it's because of the Windows Defender thing that we were doing earlier. If we just say this, can we disabled on the system? Wow. Alright, so can we just Control A, Control X? We'll delete our installer. Alright, we'll make a new file. We'll make a new installer. We don't need our old installer. Installer.ps1. Cool. New installer file. See, look at this. We don't need the old one, because if we just run this now, we don't. We still get an error. Is it because of the name of the file? Can we Control Shift save this? And we'll call this install.ps1. That's what we're calling this one. All right. So if we / our install.ps1, it still gives security error. Oh, running scripts is disabled. They just completely disabled running scripts because of how how do you re-enable it? Oh, can I just do administrative PowerShell and then execution policy bypass? Okay, how do we do this? PowerShell. Power. Run as administrator. Yes. Cool. So do I have to do the set execution policy bypass? I forgot. CD into oh my gosh, CD into // what's the path? You know what? We have our files path right here. We're just gonna CD right into this thing. Boom. Boom. Hello? Bro, I hate when this stuff does not work sometimes. It's just like annoying. PowerShell.exe. That's not what I'm talking about. All right, copy address, cd. Oh my gosh, bro. All right, /install .ps1. All right, set exec. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, whoops. Bypass. Yes. All right. Attempt number 22. Let's go. All right. So when we have our wget run this script, we're going to have it have an execution policy bypass when it gets run. So that way it can run successfully and don't have to worry about all that annoying stuff I just went through. That's why I felt that day with the Ducky Flasher. Bro, that must have been so annoying. Just a simple execution policy. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this is going to be the random name of our file. Cool. So random text. So instead of echoing our random text, what we're going to do is make a directory with our random text. So before I go, actually no, we can work on our temp directory. It's cool. So let's make directory $ working directory. All right. So now we're go to temp make working directory. All right, instead of variables, I'm gonna just do working directory. Cool. So I know I spelled that wrong, but so now if we do make directory working directory, if we run this, in our temp directory, we should have a CI PGJ, I think, somewhere in here. Let's see if we can find it. Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right. We can, we don't need that address, so we can delete it. But it does work, so which is good. Let's definitely have it echo our working directory, so that way we can still know what directory we're looking for while we're working on this project. Cool. So it makes our working directory, and what comes after that? We can change directories into our working directory. Oh, what we could do is just make directory, isn't it like environment temp / working directory? Would that work? And then we can just do cd. Oh, let's just make a path variable for this, right? All right, so maybe I should just make a variables. See, this is what I mean. This is why I hate programming. I don't hate programming. I love programming, but sometimes it's just a little bit of a process. Path will be equal to this, and for safety, I'll just put it in quotes. Cool. So if we echo this, or if we echo our path, we'll know the full path. Awesome. So now what we can do is make a directory in our path, and then we can actually change directories to that path. Hopefully that works. What do you mean it's not recognized? Oh, it changed the directories. I forgot. Yeah. So let's always just have it when it finishes. We'll just do an echo this to proof of concept.txt, and then we'll cd back into our downloads. Where is our files directory? Copy this, and then we can just drop this in here, so we don't have to worry about the code being weird. Cool. So if we run this PowerShell right here, install that PS1. Oh, it's because I need to, I still need to cd into the other directory. CD, there you go. Cool. Now, if we run this, install that PS1 right here. All right, we have a directory called rmpve. That's the name of our directory. If we look in here, there's an rmpve, and if we open it, there's a proof of concept.txt. Look at that, guys. Look at that. So now we have a place where we can start working, downloading and all that other stuff. And it's randomly generated, so it doesn't look like super sketchy amongst all this other randomly tagged stuff. Like it fits right in. Excuse me. Cool. So how long have I been streaming? 49 minutes, gotcha. So now we got that part done. So we can delete this, and then this goes back to our original place. So that's what that part of the installer does. What else is the installer doing? So I guess we need to have some sort of, you know what would be great? If we could get them to install Python. I guess we could check for Python. But if we had Python, a lot of the stuff would be like so much easier. Especially like remote connectivity and being able to like move modules around. If there was a covert way to install Python on Windows, I'm definitely going to, let's do some research. It's research, boys. All right. It is research time. We are surfing the web. I actually did some research for this project, and I was looking at other people's rats. I can actually look at some of these. I think that's right. Yeah. So I was looking at some other people's rats, seeing how other people were doing it, to get an idea. So this one is composed in Python, which is super cool, and I was noticing a lot of stuff. The thing is, like with Python, right? As cool as it is, like most computers won't just have Python installed, right? But if there was a way to like get Python like installed on their computer, then that would be awesome. But it's not ideal for a rat, which is why I haven't looked into it. There's this other one, which is pretty interesting. It's not like completely, I don't know. It's interesting. There's like a lot of integration stuff. And then there's this other one, I think Better Backdoor. Yeah, Better Backdoor. This is kind of, I guess, something similar to what I'm kind of doing. But this one's composed in Java. And is Java native to Windows? Is that what it is? Is that why people use Java? If it is, I might start integrating some Java stuff. But if I go through the source code, Better Java. Yeah, so you can create a backdoor or open a backdoor. And then, yeah, so you can kind of connect. Look, they had a video somewhere. Yeah, let's watch this video. It's probably like really short. Yeah, it's short. So they do like a Java jar, backdoor, and then I'll pause it. And then it gives them the option to create a backdoor or open a backdoor. And then they, let's say they chose one to open the backdoor they already have. And then they can do all these commands, right? So they can run command prompt commands, or they can run PowerShell scripts, run Ducky scripts even. They're probably using Visual Basic or something like that. And then exfiltrate files. Yeah, all this other stuff. This is kind of the thing I'm going for. They did in Java, which is really cool. But yeah, so if you guys ever ask me for a Java rat, you guys can just check out this person's project. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can. There was a reason I went on Google. What was the reason? There's a reason why I did this. All right, let's just delete the oh, actually, no, wait. Slow down. Let's take this install.ps1, cut it out, and we need to go back to our installer.ps1, and paste all this in here. Cool. And our install.ps1, we can delete. Move to recycling. Cool. So now that we have that created, we have like I guess a full little thing. I guess the next thing we need to figure out is disabling Defender. What I'm wondering is how detectable most of this is already against Windows. So this gets admin, right? And then when you start a PowerShell command with it, that PowerShell becomes admin. So when we run this installer.ps1, oh, you know what I'll do? All right, this is what I'll do. We're going to take this code again. This code disables Defender. What we're going to do is go to our installer, and then right above these variables, this is where we will attempt to disable Defender. Cool. And then throw this in here. Now, before we run this, what I'm going to do is minimize this and this, and we'll go to our only rat in our downloads, and we're going to take this and put it in our shared folder. All right, and replace the files in these destination. Cool. So now we have the most updated rat. Cool. So if we go to our only rat, and if we run this initial, it should do everything to the point where it disables Defender. Now what we're going to do is take a snapshot, so that way we can just go back. So take a snapshot. So we just do before Microsoft Defender disable. All right, and then hit OK. Cool. So let that do its thing. All right, take your time. I know there's a lot of things going on. I'm streaming and such. I don't want to jinx it. I really don't. But what I am going to say is that ever since I switched to like Linux as my main, my streams have been so much better. No, because when I was like on Windows, that joint was always like glitching. But the quality was better. But when I made, like, I don't know, something about this is just like the quality's good again. I don't know. Something happened. Something happened. I don't know what it is. So let's run this initial file. We have the snapshot. So if we run this initial file, all right, it's doing its thing. So it didn't run the installer. Oh, that's because our wget file now needs, oh my God, that's so much work. Because it's getting it off of the web, right? Our wget file now needs to run our installer. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Our wget file now needs to be able to run this with an execution policy bypass. So we'll do tac ep bypass. We'll also probably need the Windows style hidden, but I want to see if it's working first. So yeah, let's throw this wget. Let's go in our files, and we'll just delete both of these and the row, or just slam. Move, okay. Move our wget file into here, and if we run this, it got the installer. Why doesn't it run it? Oh, because this doesn't have admin permissions. No, it does. Yeah, this has admin permissions. Why does the... I love how Microsoft Defender is like, did not find any, you know, antivirus activity. The installer.ps1 run with PowerShell. Yes. Oh, is there an error? Can we pause at the end? Didn't Machine Man bring that up last time? Like, why don't you pause at the end of the, like, what am I thinking? I need to pause my code, because otherwise, let me copy this, because I just moved the file and it's completely throwing this off. Alright, so let's put a pause in the wget code. So we can actually end up like start up and then get this wget open. Cool. So tech EP exclusion policy bypass, started at PS1. In here, we need to do is pause. Yeah, I just said this. Pause. There you go. So that way we can see where it is trifling. So let's open up the files. Wget. Then we can do our yes. Was this in the right file? Oh, this is the wget. This is not what we're looking for. This is not the right file. This is not the right file. PowerShell exe installer.ps1. Why is that not working? Okay. Maybe we need to do a PowerShell.exe like this. And then what we need to do in our installer is get rid of this installer, and we'll open the installer that's in the startup. Oh, but it changes, that installer changes, right? So we actually need to rewrite this installer. Well, we won't know if this installer works or not. But this installer is a different installer. Unless if we... Oh. Because it doesn't have this. Right? This installer, if we edit it, it shouldn't have that bottom part. No, it doesn't. I hate everything. So let's take our installer. Forget this installer. Boo. This installer bad. What we need to do is take this installer, and then we can throw... I'll pause. See if this works. Pause. Oh, but this is part of the catch. This is part of the catch. So pause it in here. And then we'll pause it here. So in case if it gets caught lacking. We can also do a pause in here. Check the catch statements. Cool. Squatch, hi, welcome. Love the username. That's killer. What we need to do is... Alright, so is that installer working? Doesn't matter what directory the installer is in. So super quickly, before I run this again, let's go ahead and get an updated version of the only rat onto our shared folder. Hopefully that's not killer. Replace the files. Replace all the files, all the things. Only rat. And then... Alright, so now what we can do is go into our files, and then if we run the installer... do I have PowerShell in here? I do. So /installer.ps1. Oh, why? The script contains malicious content and has been blocked by your antivirus. What if we did a little, you know, EP bypass on this one? Wow, antivirus coming in clutch. Wow. So how can we get this? Is this with the execution policy bypass too? Yeah, it is. Blocked by AV. It doesn't like me. Oh, can we set a how do you do this? How do you set the directories to have like the execution bypass? Let me open up like Obsidian, I think. Cool, let me check my old notes malware. And then analysis, I think. Yeah, exclusion path. Oh, it's probably because we need to obfuscate some of our stuff too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do. I never said this was gonna be easy. You know what I mean? Whose idea was the rat? Why did I think of this? Cool. Let me copy this. That way you guys can see it. I'll copy this and we'll go over to my virtual machine here, and then in our README, we'll throw in the information for exclusion path. So, disable UAC, not going to happen anytime soon. So, we can throw this in here. Unless if we don't disable Defender, and we just use obfuscation to protect ourselves. That might be one of the better moves that we can do. Let's get rid of this, because if we move this out, will AV block us from creating directories in the temp folder? I don't think so. So let's delete this. And if we get rid of that, does that look like malware to AV? Oh, see, let's not delete or disable AV until we need to disable AV. And then there's the pause. So maybe that's what it is. Let's not disable antivirus up until the point where we need to. Because this is not AV detectable. It looks fine to AV. Okay. See, look at this, guys. We're getting somewhere. Cool. All right, what is next? So did I show you guys the exclusion paths? No, I didn't. So here are the exclusion paths. Let's do double X exclusion path. Basically, anything in these paths are going to be excluded from our beautiful little, AV. So we can just exclude the entire C drive, but we can also exclude certain programs and stuff as well. So we can definitely exclude like the installer, and see if, oh, is that what we do in our wget? Exclude it from our antivirus. So that way we can run it with it disabling AV afterward. Do you guys want to try that? So let's try this. Let's copy this in our wget. Our wget.cmd, we can do a. So I'm realizing I'm making these all like separate PowerShell commands, but we can just do it in one line. So add MP preference, exclusion path, C, and then we need to basically add the exclusion path to the startup. So oh, is this already in the startup? So if we open up PowerShell, open up power we do like $ print working directory. How do you get like the current path? Didn't we try to do this the first or second stream? I promise you, we were trying so hard to get the current path. Initial, how did we do it? Initial path, right there. There you go. There you go. Let's save ourselves the time. So technically we actually only need the startup path, right? So in our wget, we have add empty preference to this exclusion path. not patch, path. Exclusion path. And then delete the set. There you go. So add the preference exclusion path on this program. So startup / our installer.ps1. So now all we need to do is you know, do a new line, and then we can just do a /installer.ps1. And there you go. In theory, that should work. And then we can do a pause at the end, just to see if that's working. Well, actually, no, we shouldn't, because this is just the wget. So we'll run the installer, and then that should run the installer that we have on our website. So let's go ahead and try that. Let's how do we do? What wget was I editing? The one in the startup? Alright, so let's copy all of this, and let's go to our wget and paste this in here. Perfect. Cool. So we can minimize this, and then what we're going to do is add our only rat to our shared folder. My favorite term in theory. Let me actually delete this too. That should have worked. I'm not going to check if it worked, but I'm just going to hope that it did work. So it's probably like my last words. So let's Control L. All of a sudden, Control L works again. I was trying this a while back and it wasn't working. So technically, if I run this wget, all right, so we added the execution policy, right, on this wget. Like if I edit this at the bottom, exclusion path. What if we did this like line by line in our PowerShell? Why is that installer not getting run? So let's change directories. Let's go to our startup directory. What we're going to do is just click here, copy, cd into here. All right, cd, Control V. There you go. Perfect. Cool. So now if we just do a Control L or Control C, Control L. All right. What are we trying to do again? Oh yeah, run it line by line. So let's do our invoke web request. All right. So let's copy this whole thing, and there you go. So now the installer.ps1 is in our startup directory. If we look at our startup, we can see this right there. Great. What we need to do now is add the preference to the exclusion path. What if we just exclude the path of the startup directory? What if we just do that? Just exclude the entire startup. So let's paste this in here. Oops, something went wrong. Please report the issues to GitHub. All right. Anyways, can we? Oh, that worked. The startup directory we just added as an exclusion path. So when we try to / what? All right. You know what? All right. I don't know what's going on. Let's just clear. All right. So if we add that, that works fine. Perfect. So if we just do a /, what the what is going on, bro? Oh my gosh. What the heck is going on? That's not right. So if I just do a dot, every time I type dot, what my, all right, PowerShell is geeking. PowerShell is trifling right now. Oh my gosh. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with PowerShell. CD into this. Cool, perfect. So if we just do a / install. Oh my gosh. This has been blocked by your antivirus, blah, 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 blah. All right, so what we need to do is update the GitHub with our new one. But it does work in running it. Do we need to disable Defender too? Like if we do a... all right, let's Control A, copy all this. And V. So with our startup, what we're going to do in our README is just copy this. We might need to obfuscate this in some sort of way. Add the preference, disable it. Why did that not work? Copy that line, paste the line. Did that, what? Oh, it's going up there. Oh, I see. I was so wait, why is it going up there? What on earth is this thing doing, dude? Why is everything break? Do you guys see this? Like, all right, maybe I just have to type it. Set tech MP preference tech disable real-time monitoring to true. That's what we're just gonna do. We're just gonna do it by hand because the universe does not like me right now. True, and then the semicolon. All right, so if we just run. All right, so let's try this. Oh, of course I closed PowerShell because, you know, I'm smart. Copy. Oh, wait, hold up. That's not going to work because we need to add the quotes because Windows likes to add spaces in their directories. Why? Because Windows. That's what I'm saying, yo. /installer. Oh, wait, actually. / the wget. So it will download it, add the real-time monitoring thing, and then try to run the installer. Alright, probably rows and error. Okay, so I guess our main option is to not disable Defender until we are in a good... until we are in a good standing to do so. So that's the goal. I mean, the plan. So let's go ahead and... Did that disable Defender? Did that even work right here? Is Defender even... Okay. You know what? That's not important. What's important is this section. The fact that we add the exclusion path. Everything else we will worry about later. Cool. So the installer, this is the new installer. This is what we need to push to GitHub in order for this thing to start working again. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to push all this to GitHub. So let's go ahead and see if we can fix our code. Only rat. We'll take our only rat and put it in our shared folder. Replace. Ever utilize the tool run as TI64? I do not. When I hear the character TI, I just think of Texas Instrument calculators. Let me go ahead to my terminal. Cool. All right, and if we just grab our only rat from our shared folder, denied. Permission denied. All right, let's do this. RM tag rf test. That's not what I meant to do. We'll make directory proof of concept, I guess. Move only rat into our proof of concept file, so that way we can have space. And then let's go ahead and grab our only rat. And there you go. So if we cd into only rat, we should have the new files. So cd into files. And if we list, it's just cat the installer. Yeah, there you go. So that's all updated. So let's do a git update. And we'll update, whoops, git update. It's on GitHub, stands for run as trust installer, and elevates your, elevates you above admin. Oh. I will look into that, actually. Once I'm finished with this, I'll actually look into that. Git update, we'll just do no AV, well, all one word. Cool. So, in theory, actually, let's minimize our, well, actually, let's check to see if this hit the GitHub to begin with. So, GitHub. Dang, that was only rat. Alright, so did that update? It doesn't look like it updated. No, it didn't. Alright, I guess we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, git pull is that what I have to do first? Git push unmerged files. Okay. Git add all. Git commit tag m. Please work. Git push tag u origin main. Why is that not working? Rejected. Oh my gosh. GitHub, I promise you. Bro, it's not gonna work. What? Let me actually read it. Reject amendment. Not fast. Push reps to GitHub only art to Git. Updates rejected. Typically branches behind its rope counterpart. Integrate changes. Git pull before pushing again. I did git pull. Didn't I not just git pull before pushing? Without specifying divergent. Oh, let's just do override the configuration. Tag. Is there like a force? Git pull force? Override configure default. Alright, let's just do a tag ff tag only. Git pull tag f tag ff tag only. Fatal. Error pulling is not possible. You have unmerged files. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it because I'm doing it in here? Do I have to do it in my main directory? Git. Oh, wait. Is it because I got this from Git? I did not mean to add that dot there. Oh, is it because I don't have a remote origin? I think I'm so newbie. Like, all right, hold up. All right, I might need to redo the Git origin stuff, so I don't want to show my key in case if I do by accident. So enjoy my face for the next 30 seconds. Git add all, git commit tag m. Help me. Git Git, how do you add, it's like git remote add origin, and then it's the freaking thing. Alright, just E, CD to home, CD to dot key, and then cat token. Alright, so let me copy this, cause yeah, and then HTTPS. So sorry guys, you know, me being a noob as always. Alright, so that should be that, and then at copy this. Alright, and then do a little bit of this. Remote origin already exists. So git push tech you origin main. Oh, now it wants to work. Clear. Alright, I think it worked, so let me show you guys. Oh my god. I hate, help me. There you go. Bro, GitHub sometimes, my man. GitHub sometimes just be difficult. Oh my gosh. Alright, all of that just to get it back on the web, quote unquote web hosting. So let's go over here and alright, so what were we trying to do? Input language switching? I don't care. So we can delete these because we have the new files on the interweb. Oh, I guess what we could do if we wanted to keep it consistent is develop it on Linux and then each time push it to the GitHub. And on Windows, we only run the initial because the rest of it interacts with the web. That's what I might have to do. Yeah. I'd even peep that for real. So let's take this initial, take it out of our downloads, so that way we can run it here. And then start up. Alright, cool. So PowerShell, we can minimize you for now. So if we run this initial, it got the wget. Alright, it got the installer. And doesn't run the installer. I'm assuming this is the random file that it made, pxwuu. Alright, perfect. So, yeah, it kind of works. It doesn't. What file is creating this directory? Let me close PowerShell because we actually don't need it anymore. Let's right control and go over here. So we can close this. Alright, what we need to do is go on PowerShell. We can just code Cosmodium current directory. Hour and 27. That's you. Cool. So right now we have two important files. So our wget file. So it's the installer. Yeah. So oh no, it did work. Guys, I am so sorry. It worked exactly as I intended, and I thought it was not working. Oh, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb, and I am so sorry that you guys sit here and watch my content. Alright, so that's actually really solid. Because we have our proof of concept file in there. Cool. So let's delete that directory. We don't need it anymore. And let's think. Cool. What's the next step? we have a file. This obviously would self-delete. Our wget creates the directory in our install or in our temp directory. So now we have these files in here, but this means that this is going to run each time the computer starts up. So we need to make sure that these will self-delete. So let's have our wget and our installer self-delete. That's one of the main things we need to work on right now. So let's go ahead in our installer or our wget file. What it needs to do is it doesn't cd out of this directory, does it? It gets admin permissions, and then it runs this PowerShell syntax to download the installer. Great. So what this needs to do is exactly what our initial .cmd did. It's cool. Let's get this initial path. So wget, get the initial path. Right here, this is going to be the self-delete. So self-delete. Oh, this is in the startup directory, no? Well, is it changing out of this directory? Like if I control F for CD, it only does that here, but that's for the administrative stuff. So after that, no, it stays in the same directory. So what we can do is do what we did here and then just delete it. Yeah. All right, so this will self-delete after it runs that p.ps1, that installer.ps1, and then our installer.ps1. We have it create the directories and stuff, and then we can just delete itself. So delete. Oh, I need to change the file names. Installer.ps1. Oh, but this changes directories. So we need to get we need to get our initial directory. So we just do it like that, right? So installer.ps1. Let me put this in like the correct order. There you go. So what we need to do is when we're getting our random text, we have our path, $ initial dir. This will be equal to %, cd. Yo, this is confusing. Odin, what's up? Yeah, it gets confusing pretty quickly, but I'll explain it in like 32 seconds. Let me get rid of these quotes. Maybe that's what I need to do. So that gets us %. We don't need to echo the path anymore. But yeah, I'll explain how it works in like a second. Or we're creating that proof of concept, cd. Oh yeah, so we don't need to do that cd. Instead, we need to cd into our $ initial directory, and then delete the installer.ps1, right? That's the name of this file, and then we need to delete our wget.cmd. So, so if we just do this, git update, wait, one word, git update, and then self delete. I think with the git update, I can only do one word, so self delete. Git update isn't a real command for the record. It's a bash alias, so if you're trying it and it's not working, that's why. All right, so just to quickly test, I closed my browser, of course. That's what I do. I'll just use this one right here, only rat, and in theory, self-delete. Perfect. Okay, now I can explain to you guys what's happening. So we have this file right here. It's called initial.cmd. What this does is that it basically just downloads a file off of the internet. It downloads, let me go on my GitHub. So yeah, in this files, it downloads this wget.cmd file off the internet. This wget.cmd file, all it does is it gets administrative permissions on the computer. And then with those administrative permissions, it does another download for the installer for the rat we're making, right? We're making a rat, a remote access tool, so we can remotely access control computers. So this is the installer.ps1, and our installer.ps1 is right here, right? So with remote or with administrative permissions, this will basically go into our temp directory and create a folder so that way we can work, have a folder that we can kind of work in throughout the process of the rat. And then the rest of it is just like self-deletion and then security stuff. So in theory, let me check this. Let me make sure there's no dumb things here. All right, cool. So if we run our initial, we'll get a new wget. I think I need to delete these, yeah. Cancel. Alright, so this, did that work? Proof of concept. Oh yeah, and they self-deleted, right? Refresh. Yeah, so the folder's deleted out of the startup directory. I guess, which means we don't really need to have them be saved in the startup directory, but if there's any errors and stuff, I guess there's no point in not having it work in the startup directory. But now it created that proof of concept folder. All right, so we're starting to slowly approach the harder parts of this, where we are basically going to kind of create persistence, right? The remote access to this whole thing. I don't know how much of the research I'm going to do on stream, but hey, we got that part working. So basically, the initial staging for the rat is officially done. It gets itself onto the computer, it self-deletes everything, and then it creates that proof of concept that's txt file, right? This would also install any other dependencies we want to install. If there's a covert way to install Python, that would be awesome. Like if we had, if we just downloaded the python.exe, yeah, but people would notice it, wouldn't they? It's not like Linux. Alright, so I guess we can kind of just do some research now on how we're going to actually get this thing to work. Alright, so here's the first one. This is all Python, right? I would genuinely love... Wait, does HTA interpret Python? No, it doesn't. Is that what it's called, HTA? I genuinely cannot remember. Alright, random bot. Sorry guys, I am... There you go. Cool. So, what was I doing? Yeah, so this is like really cool, and I would love to incorporate things like this, but it is like completely Python. This is like the most ideal one because this is my original plan on how I wanted to do this, but they are using Java, which is cool, but we need to make sure that we are, I guess we could use Java on some level, but how does theirs work? So they have this backdoor.java. I might just download this and kind of explore this a little bit and see how they're doing it. Because I need to figure out how we can get that remote connection established. With Python, it would be easy as could be. You can just host a freaking SSH, session and call it a day. But, or even host like a web server or anything like that. What was I trying to do? There's something I was trying to do. Oh, whoops. There you go. So we'll do cd into our resources, and if we list in here, there's some stuff. All right, so let's just git clone this thing, Awesome. So let's go ahead and kind of explore this a little bit before we just run it. Resources, better backdoor, source, backdoor.java. Cool. So we can close these. So I'm just trying to understand how we can get the remote connection part. So create a backdoor or open a backdoor. I guess I could do this research off the stream because this part's going to be probably not as entertaining. So I might do that. Or I might just live stream a research session at some point. But we will figure that out when we get there. So created, enter, create backdoor. Oh, so this is creating the backdoor. So create, setup.create. So let's look at the setup script.java. So the setup.java, where's this create section? Create, perfect, right here. This right here is creating a freaking backdoor. Is that what it's doing? Create bat. Oh, is that creating the batch file? Run that VBS. So run. Okay. Backdoor run.jar. I am so utterly confused on what's going on. So you need the IP, obviously, encryption key. Backdoor is file separator, area separator, bin, copy. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out like the best. We can also do like PH, like a reverse shell type of thing, and then enable persistence. Yeah, definitely going to. I might make that a second stream and just start playing around with like remote access to Windows. Because shell backend backdoor. Oh, backdoor.java. IP the key socket in and out. Create, constructs and starts a new backdoor. So backdoor equals new backdoor start. Wait, backdoor, is that just like a... So they have the socket. See, like with Python sockets, this would be easy as can be. Oh, so I guess that's why they're using Java. So Java must be native to Windows then, no? Because I actually didn't know that. Let me open up Javac. So maybe it's not. Or maybe it's just on a lot of computers. I don't know. Because I know there's this module that like the built-in interpreter for like JavaScript and stuff, and like because JavaScript might be a good idea because we can. There's like the JScript thing that you can do on a lot of these Windows computers and such. So it creates the new socket IP at port 1025. Interesting. Remy Willems, yo, what's up? How on earth is this gonna work? I have no idea. Sorry, I'm like dropping stuff. Man, this is like, how am I doing? Personally, I'm doing decent. I can't complain too much. But this code is just pain. I hate code. So I'm assuming they're using Visual Basic Script for this. There's no way they're not using Visual Basic Script for this. Replace Yeah, they have to be using. If I just search Control F, BBS, no results, visual. How on earth are they doing this? Robot that keepers. Oh, they're using Java Robot. Oh. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Your vids are really dope, dude. Right now, I'm working on a UDP backdoor too. Awesome, awesome. Yours will probably be better than mine. No, but no, that's awesome, dude. If you put it on GitHub, throw it on the Discord server so I can check it out. All right. So, with PowerShell, what's like? Can we just have like a bind shell? Wait, reverse shell is when we have the listener, and then bind shell is when our attacker has the listener. Can we set up in a listener on our attack PC and then remotely connect? Oh, very glad to hear that. Really doing good. Thank you very much. No one's trying. Where can you join the Discord? Yeah, the Discord is in the description. It should be there. I can also put it in chat if you need me to. Copy. There you go. But yeah, we are struggling right now. I need to think. Like, if we go, how long is the stream right now? Well, all right, we'll go 15 more minutes of research. But I'm probably going to do a dedicated research stream and just like research and figure out like all the things. Can we have? All right, so let's do exclamation point GitHub PowerShell. Shell PowerShell shell. PowerShell for every system. That's cool. Oh yeah, like how you can have PowerShell on your Linux computer. Yeah. I forgot about that. Can I do like PowerShell reverse shell reverse? Reverse TCP shell. Let's look at you. Posh rats and invoke posh rat on the server you control. Requires admin rights to listen on ports. To spawn the reverse shell or run on client. And reverse HTTP server / connect on a server. Doesn't have to be a web server. Or browse, send the link to app A for CVE. Okay. How does this work? Poshrat.ps1. That's a lot of code. Alright, report, content, report. Alright. Interesting. If you change this, change line 184. How honorable of them to let you know. Listener IP. Is that like an actual IP address? I don't want to connect to it, but I might curl it. Can I do that? Is that how it works? I haven't really used curl before. That sounded really noobish. Anyways, don't you have to use like TAC-H or something? Anyways, not worried about it. Not important. Join the server and I'll promote your server and mine so that hackers or assistants when people join. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that. So yeah, this is a web server because it's using 443 and 80. I just realized you guys cannot see this code like at all. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, so connect. All right, so oh, so it needs like a web server, or that's what it's trying to use. It's trying to use some sort of web server to connect. But that's what it seems like. Posh rat. Definitely gonna save you to the research. Let's give you the glorious name of Posh Rat. I probably should name these when I throw them in like my like research directories and such. But you know what? That's not important. That's not what we do here. All right. So reverse TCP shell. Interesting. Proof of concept .jpg readme reverse TCP .ps1. Oh my gosh. So tech modules, tech info, tech upload file from local host to remote host, download file from host, blah blah blah. Whoa, that's a lot of code. Oh my gosh. I think like my brain is too fried to understand what I'm doing. And I'm like hungry and everything. Reverse shell, yeah. So there's a lot of that good stuff with PowerShell. Let me look at where's the Java rat that they had? Yeah, better backdoor. So that's what I really need, like a PowerShell backdoor, not like a reverse shell. PowerShell backdoor. Nothing for PowerShell backdoor, really? What if I make it one word? Oh, now they want to show up. I love the non-English characters. Connectionless PowerShell? What do you mean connectionless? How does that work? PowerShell rat. Look how many tabs I'm just throwing open. Wow. Dang, these people are like PowerShell rat. This is like a whole like, oh, so that's a screenshot interface on the administrator machine, and then take screenshot. Oh yeah, so those are the numbers. Oh, I see. Yeah, right here. Take screenshot, schedule task. So is that all it does? Is just take screenshots? Oh wait, so with rats, maybe we don't need to necessarily create a backdoor, but we can have a payload to create a backdoor, right? Because it's not necessarily a backdoor, it's a rat. Oh, got you. So I've been going on this, not necessarily wrong, because we can have our rat create the backdoor, but the rat itself can just, do the... Okay, got you. That means we're not necessarily done, but now we just need to have our installer. So we're basically just going to close all of this for now. Will I regret that? Probably. So in our installer, now that we are in, so let's, before we actually change directories back to our, so self delete. So now we actually don't need to create a proof of concept file, right? So now we're in our working directory. We can actually start working on the rest of the functionality, which is great. So what we need to do is we need a way to send commands back and forth. That's the only thing. How do we send the commands back and forth? So I guess we could have the host interface be Python, right? Like the attacker interface can be Python, and they're interacting with the shell. And that's how we can start. Because if we just use PowerShell to host the socket, or Java to host the socket, we can connect to it through Python on like the Linux end. Right? I think I'm onto something, guys. I think I am. So that's the new game plan. If you are lost and hella confused, I am too. But what I can tell you is that we're basically, we don't need to necessarily worry about we don't need to worry about a backdoor per se yet. What we need to worry about is our ability to have that remote access and take screenshots, look through the webcam, all of that. Also having a backdoor, I guess that's part of it, but it's not necessarily the main focus of it. So I think I'm going to end it off there because I kind of am on a good track and kind of understand where I need to go. I probably should write this down somewhere. So this did not work. Establish attacker console. That's what we need to build next. We'll probably use Python and have rat create backdoor. Cool. So the rat can create the backdoor, but it isn't necessarily like just the backdoor. We have all the other functionalities. What we need to focus on though is send commands back and forth. Cool. So we need our target PC to host something, whether it's like SSH, some sort of socket. I'll just put host socket. Cool. That's I guess what we needed to do. Have it host a socket, and then our attacker console can remotely connect to it. Got you. So that seems like the right path. I don't necessarily want to end it off here, but I do want other people to be able to watch it and catch up without watching like a 3-hour live stream. So we'll probably stop at the 2-hour mark. I do regret closing my Firefox and just losing all the steps, but we'll worry about it later. Okay, so now in here, like this section is where we can start working on a lot of the tools. So we need some way to have our target computer and our host computer communicate. We'll have some sort of console on our computer. So let's say we'll have so that's initial.cmd. We need to rename a lot of these files. But here we'll make our new file, and then we'll just call this only rat shell.py. This can go in our main area as well. So this is user, so like user bin Python or something like that. I think that's right. It doesn't really matter. All right, cool. So this is attacker console to interact with target PC, and it was created by Cosmo, right? And this will be obviously saved onto your computer. Definitely going to need to import socket, and a bunch of other stuff. But for right now, this is kind of a good kind of starting place to. Now we just need our way to host our Windows computer to host and such. So I think next we need to do some sort of research session to kind of figure out how we're going to get the remote connectivity established. So that will be the next stream. getting the remote connectivity, because now that we have all the staging done, we're solid. So let me close this. Actually can close this. Let me open up my terminal, and let's say, let's cd out of here, git update pow. Whoops. Pow. There you go. Cool. So let's go on to our Windows computer, and in theory it will work. In theory it will work. Let me just make sure we deleted our previous one. We did. Awesome. So if we run this initial file, it creates a wget, right? Asks for admin permissions, and then it will run the installer. It'll self-delete, and then the installer should self-delete if I refresh it maybe. The installer didn't self-delete. Why did you not self-delete? Installer, what are you doing? Why can't you be cool like everyone else? Why didn't, oh my gosh. Cosmodium, this current directory. Why can't you just work? Why you have to be different? Installer. CD into the initial directory. So CD into path. Oh, %sign CD %sign. Oh, because this is PowerShell, right? So how do we get the current, or save the current directory to a variable? Because we can do the print pwd, but you can't just change direct, like CD into pwd. You know what I mean? So let's, we could do like cmd, and then, oh no, that wouldn't work. So $ initial directory. Let's just go on the internet. So can we do like, I don't know, I'm saying it's so weird. Get or cd into current directory PowerShell. That sounds so weird, but PowerShell change directory in PowerShell. Oh wait! I saw some Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow might be the goat. They could help us. Set location my path. Q my directory. No. All right. Save the current path to variable. Let's see if that works. Save the current path to a variable. Save current. Oh, PowerShell. The path environment variable. All right. Let's see if this works. Dang, all of that just to save the current directory. No. Selected file path. Path text box. That. What? I just need to get. What? Is this the right question? Storing the file path as a variable? Show the dialog and wait for it to close. Get the selected path from the text box. Store the variable. You probably need to verify the value is solid, not empty. Why there's so much? I just need to get the current path, like a PWD, but specifically the path, nothing else. Yeah, like there's PWD, right? And it prints the working directory. But the thing is, there's like, where's like PowerShell? PW, like, yeah, it has like all of this. I just need this. Like, how do you get that? can we echo like CD here? All right, that doesn't work. How do you echo the current directory? Or how do you save the current directory? Because I know there's PWD, but there's like something. I think you guys get the point I'm trying to get at. If not, get tech location. Don't I have PowerShell P, PowerShell, something like that? All right, get location. Yeah, so it does the same thing as PWD. I just need the actual path. Current directory, get location. So if I were to like change directories, right? So let's say if we do a $sign D is equal to get location, right? If we CD out of here and then we CD into $D, will that work? I am so dumb. How come I never tried this? Like, I hate programming. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Initial directory. Get locate. Oh my gosh. All right, let's try this again. I am so mad. Get update Cosmodium. All right, so if we close this, hopefully this should work. I'm just kind of hoping at this point because I don't have a very good track record going for me right now. Did this also create a random file in here or no? Oh, it did, but the folder's empty. It should be empty, right? Because we're not creating the proof of concept file anymore. So if we run this initial, all right. Oh, did they both delete? They both deleted. There you go. There you go. They both self-deleted and they created this random directory right here in our temp directory. Perfect. That's it. That's all I needed to do. Now we can set up the remote connectivity next stream. And then once we set up the remote connectivity, we're pretty much done. All we need to do is just add all the functionalities of the RAT, because now you have the remote access. We just need to add all the tools. But let me go ahead and like, I don't know. So I actually will quickly drop the code for you guys in chat if you guys want to check it out. It is in the description, by the way, but I'll just drop it in chat just to make it easier for you guys. So there you go. There's the code, but I think I'm going to end off the stream here. There's a lot of work that went into it. Now we're basically almost done. All we need is like the remote connectivity, and we add the tools, and then we're done. That's it. Not that's it. It's not as simple as that. I'm selling it off to be more simple than it is. Trust me. I mean, it took me 2 hours to make a directory. So, but no, I appreciate you guys for watching. Good stream as always. And I will see you guys in the next one. So stay happy, stay positive, and as always, happy hacking.